Afternoon all, it's Friday again. In the news this week, we've just launched a big Cannondale promotion. You'll see it on the website, and I'll put the link on the post. Some fantastic deals on e-bikes, hybrid bikes, a few gravel bikes as well, but yeah, loads of great Cannondale deals. Next week we are going to look at the brand new Synapse as Cannondale launch some new models, and in a moment we're going to have a look at something a little bit different. We're going to have a look at some rechargeable inflators. There's a few on the market now, so we'll look at those in a bit more detail. They're definitely worth getting your head around, a cool bit of kit, and just something to think about, and again that we'll look at in a bit more detail next week is helmets.
So everybody wears a helmet for good reason nowadays, and I think everybody also understands that if your helmet's ever had any kind of impact, then it should be replaced, as the safety of it will have been compromised, whether that's a day old, a year old, any kind of impact means that it should be replaced. What a lot of people probably don't realise is your helmet also has effectively a shelf life. British Cycling recommend that helmets are replaced after 3 to 5 years, whether they've had impact or not. You'll find there's a date stamped on the inside of your helmet, a date of manufacture. So dig your helmet out, have a look, see if it has a date on it, and if it's older than 5 years, then it should be replaced. This helmet was brought in by a customer. It's actually got 2016 on the date and a few dents in it as well, so definitely well overdue being replaced. So dig your helmet out and have a look, and we'll have a look at some new helmets and see what's on the market next week. So rechargeable inflators, these have been around for a few months now, and if you're like me, your socials feed will be full of inflators from every brand you can think of, and an awful lot that you've never heard of. Our belief is you should stick to a branded product, just to give you the quality assurance and also the backup that you may need from the retailer or the manufacturer. But here we are taking a little bit of a closer look at the Topeak e-booster and the Air Rush from Trek. We've also had the AirMac and the AirMac Pro from Muc-Off as well in store, and they're the four that we're going to continue to stock over the next few months, when we can get hold of stock, that is, because every time they come in, they go straight out again. So this is the Topeak e-booster. Comes with every accessory you're going to need. Comes with a flexible hose. It comes with a smart valve, which means you can flick between Presta and Schrader very easily. It has a pressure gauge. The Topeak has probably got the biggest battery of them all, and therefore probably the most powerful, but it is also the biggest and heaviest of the four that we have currently in the range. The Trek, on the other hand, is quite a bit smaller and quite a bit lighter than the e-booster from Topeak. The Trek Air Rush also comes with the flexible hose, and will also inflate both Schrader and Presta. You also get a little lanyard, a little carry pouch. The only difference really with the Trek Air Rush is doesn't have the smart valve, so you switch between a Schrader and a Presta pump head depending on what type of tire or what type of valve you have. The two valves, whether it's Schrader or Presta, attach neatly to the unit, so you're not going to lose those at all. But as I say, the Trek is lighter and slightly smaller, but also perhaps not quite as powerful and not quite as quick at inflating, which we'll see shortly. The other two models that we've looked at, as I say, are the Muc-Off AirMac. The AirMac, the initial AirMac, doesn't come with any accessories and also doesn't have a pressure gauge, whereas the AirMac Pro does have a pressure gauge and also does come with the flexible hose. So we thought we'd put them to the test, and we've preset the inflator here to 80 psi. The beauty of having the pressure gauge is you can check what your tire pressures are, but you can also preset your required pressure and hit the go button, and it will inflate to your required pressure and then switch itself off. So we've got a completely flat inner tube on a road bike, and we've preset to 80 psi. And as we'll see in a second, we've speeded this video up, obviously. As you'll see in a second, the Topeak heat booster takes about 1 minute, 9 seconds to inflate to 80 psi, which is pretty quick really, and plenty of battery life left to do at least another 3 tyres. The Trek Air Rush, we've done exactly the same thing, preset to 80 psi and hit the go button. The Trek is a tad slower, as we said earlier, probably not quite as powerful, slightly smaller battery, but it is a much smaller unit, but takes about 10 seconds longer. Inflated this tyre to 80 psi in about 1 minute 19, so about 10 seconds slower, but still plenty of battery left to inflate another 2 or 3 tyres comfortably. So there you go. For rechargeable inflators, we've got 2 from Muck-Off, 1 from Trek and 1 from Topeak. Fantastic bits of kit. So that's us. Hope you found that interesting, a little bit longer than usual, but hope it was worth it. Look out in the week for the launch of the brand new group set from SRAM, and the bikes that's going to appear on, which is from Cannondale, some more Synapse models, Supercross, Super 6 and Topstone. So I'll have a much more detailed look at the Synapse next week, and also look at helmets, and remember to check to see if yours has a date. And we'll see you next weekend. Cheers, bye.